guys watch the Super Bowl? We watched the Super Bowl. Most of it, not the whole thing. Once the Lions lost, go Lions. I didn't really care as much. It was rough playoffs for your boy. But what was even rougher was the loss that the Kansas City Chiefs had. It was pretty bad. And if you don't like Donald Trump, it was a good Super Bowl, I think. For people who don't like Donald Trump and are on the sort of like, thinking everything is going pretty bad right now, it was a decent Super Bowl for you. The team that has the most racists on it lost. The Philadelphia Eagles, who won the Super Bowl, are boycotting the White House, says reports. And Kendrick Lamar had an amazing halftime show at the Super Bowl. Maybe my favorite in years. I can't remember the last time. I mean, I don't really watch them all that closely, but the Kendrick Lamar one was very good, and part of it was because of the subversion. I thought he was going to go a little bit harder, frankly, but the subversion of the whole thing was basically like, hey, let's do a black Super Bowl. They're in New Orleans. It's Kendrick fucking Lamar. Donald Trump's in attendance. The country's in a bad way right now, and I think it was a fantastic and unapologetically black Super Bowl performance, and I loved every second of it. As a white guy, it's not for me. I have enough I guess like experience talking with people that are members of the black community that I could understand what the art was trying to get across, at least my white filter, and it was entertaining. It was good. Kendrick is an all-timer, and dude, Serena Williams, her crip walk was insane. Anyway, here.
We had a presidential interview at the halftime. Again, I know it's not every.
She got paused for a second. You could see that Megyn Kelly is here with several white boys. They are here to tell you why Kendrick Lamar's music. They're essentially dressed exactly the same way.
I think I suffer from whiteness.
We're all suffering from whiteness right now. There's not a unique person in this group. It's crazy how homogenous white folks get when you let them to their own devices. It's the same. It's literally the same exact fit, just with different color swaps. They're like Ken and Ryu.
Everybody's highlight, but it's important. It's something we do. It's part of tradition. And the fact that Joe Biden couldn't and or wouldn't do this to maintain this long-held tradition was disgraceful. We knew it was.
Wait, I don't give a fuck. Who cares? What are you talking about? I don't ever watch this kind of content, obviously. Like once we hit Megyn Kelly, I mean, which we have watched, I guess, but I don't in my own time watch the Fox News broadcasts any more than I watch this shit. And it's kind of the same thing, right? They have like their fucking this little world they live in, and it's just so crazy. Who gives a fuck about? I didn't know they did an interview. I didn't know. I didn't care. I have never once considered the halftime president interview thing a tradition as part of my Super Bowl experience, and I feel like a pretty normal American man. I feel, insofar as my football consumption is considered, I like a football or two.
It was because he wasn't all there. He's still not all there. That's why Trump just stripped him, that plus fair game, because it was done to Trump, of his security clearance, saying even the special counsel Robert Hur said well-meaning.
I guess they cut this clip in the middle of the conversation.
Elderly man with a poor memory. Why would we be giving this guy top secret classified documents access? But in any event, Trump gave the interview to Bret Baier. He did great. It was a snappy 7-minute piece of a longer interview that Bret's airing tonight. And
wow, Bret Baier? Cool. It sounds like there's an insulation that like right-wing fuckos have to get in order to have good interviews. You know what I mean? Like, if you put someone in the room critical of Trump one-on-one, he's going to throw a fit the whole fucking time. And that's the whole thing. He's not, like, you can't push back on this guy at all, or he just fucking freaks out the whole fucking time. It's crazy how these dorks are getting in line behind this. I genuinely am so disgusted. Like, you know how, like, the anti-feminist guys are like, oh, what happened to men? They're not They're not manly or whatever. Like, what the fuck happened to your spines? They used to talk about small government and like patriotism and no kings and no taxation without representation. Now they're just like selling the country to the highest bidder. They're fucking cucks, man. All of them.
We'll have highlights of it tomorrow. But that was number one. The president, for the first time, showed up, was robust.
I don't care.
Was having a great time, was glad-handing with everybody, a moment for the country to celebrate our shared leadership, and wasn't too infirm to sit down and go mano a mano with Brett Baer.
Wasn't too infirm? Wow, what a high bar. He was infirm, just not so much so that he couldn't handle Brett Baer.
Let's start there.
Yeah, well, you brought
Are we starting there? Can we move on to the Kendrick shit? Because I don't give a fuck. What's going on here?
in hands with the players there before the game. And then we talk about juxtaposition. You talk about Taylor Swift sitting on one side and Donald Trump sitting on the other. How about the juxtaposition of the president not only doing the interview, but looking
Dude, he looks like fucking Gru. He looks so weird. He's a freakish fella.
unbelievably cognizant and going at warp speed in the first couple of weeks of his...
Unbelievably cognizant? Listen to how they talk about this guy. I genuinely cannot believe how cognizant the puppet president is that we installed. He's so robust.
administration. That, to me, was the worst look for the Democrats. Donald Trump was cognizant. He was aware. He was snappy. He was serious. Could also be light. Just totally different than what Joe Biden.
Well, I mean, let's talk about what he did before this, before he even got to the Super Bowl. He was playing golf with Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Something.
That's a win by itself.
Is this the coolest day ever?
Yeah.
Like, as
Best
a
day.
person, you
Play
go
golf
play
with-
golf with
God, why? Is this the coolest day ever? God, man. No, that sounds terrible. What is wrong with you? Their mouths. What? They're so weird. I don't get it. This is like they wrote about the golden calf shit in the Bible. I don't know how these people who are all Christians believe in that crazy shit. I don't know how they're like this. It's pathetic.
Best
Tiger
life.
Woods and his,
For
and
sure.
his son, then you go to the Super Bowl and just absolutely kill an interview?
Well, in many ways, I felt like,
100%.
okay, we are back to my childhood. A sitting president gets a standing ovation, regardless of political party. That's awesome. The game was a blowout, like most of them in my childhood were. A couple of the commercials were funny because I had to sit through several years here where I didn't laugh at a single commercial. At least a
Yes.
couple of them were funny. But
Because
then
they
on the
were all
flip side
telling
of
you you were
that-
evil because you're a white man.
Oh my god. I can't recall one of these ads that said you're an evil white man. Fucking during the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is by white men. What are you talking about? The Super Bowl is by far the most white-owned sport. It's not close. They all want to get stomped on. The men, they would love someone in jack boots to make them lick the boots. Maybe Megan will do it for them.
Yeah, bad.
100%.
White man, bad.
And some of these were very funny. But on the flip
Yeah, white man, bad.
side of that, also, we still have a black national anthem, which I can't believe we even have to make that statement that we've splintered so badly. We have to have a completely separate national anthem. And we had
Agreed.
what, in my opinion, was a completely out-of-touch halftime performance. Regardless if you think Kendrick Lamar, this rapper, is talented or is
This rapper.
a great lyricist or whatever, the national appeal to me doesn't justify him performing at the Super Bowl. It's the largest
didn't get it.
American event. So
I didn't get it. Yeah, I can't believe Megyn Kelly didn't get it. Yeah, you're really owning Kendrick right now. This is exactly, I mean, they can say it to your fucking face. Samuel L. Jackson stood in front of your fucking face and told you what this was, man. You must not have been paying attention at all. They are very stupid. It's crazy how stupid white nationalists are. This is our enemy, man. They're so fucking brain dead.
So I
I do want to
don't
talk about that. I
understand
mean, I appreciated that there seemed to be somewhat, there was red, white, and blue. I was like, okay, is he a patriot? I can't.
Oh my god. I see red, white, and blue. I fucking said while we were watching this, I bet they're going to just see the fucking American flag and tune the rest of it out, and that's part of why it's really smart, and it was. They had, Samuel L. Jackson dressed up as Uncle Sam, and they fucking did it, and oh my God. Is he a patriot? I cannot believe you. Your parents watch shit like this. This is why your parents are fucking stupid.
Then there's online people speculating that no, it was like somehow a middle finger to America with Sam Jackson. I don't totally understand the theories. I saw Red, White, and Blue and I liked it.
She's literally doing the joke that I just made. You can't even joke about them anymore. They're just actually that cartoonish. In real life, my job here is done. I could not craft more pathetic realities than we exist in.
But I didn't understand a word he said. I didn't understand his messaging. Apparently, he sung the one song that was, or he sang the one song that is like his big rip on Drake. So that's like a personal thing. We have some of it. Okay, let's watch.
This is how white people act when they got owned? Jesus fucking Christ.
He's suggesting Drake is a pedophile here.
That was a sick fucking concert. I kind of want to watch the whole thing again.
Cameo is the ex-girlfriend of Drake. By the way, no evidence that Drake is a pedophile whatsoever. This is some sort of internet thing that Kendrick Lamar put into a song. They don't like each other. I guess he was like sort of a protege of Drake's, but then they broke up.
A protege of Drake's? Has Anthony Fantano seen this? So someone send this to him, but make sure to put a trigger warning on it so he doesn't, make sure he's ready. This is bad. His protege.
And they don't like each other. But that's a little small ball for the Super Bowl. And
it's a little small ball for the Super Bowl. The entire culture, the whole fucking stadium screamed at Drake, A minor! Fucking... Like, what, 80,000 people? 5 fucking Grammys? Yeah, what are you talking about? Oh, my God. I don't know. I guess he's kind of small potatoes. The largest fucking rapper on the planet. Easily the best artist among Grammy Award winners this year. Come on. He's just black. I mean, it really is. That's what it is. It's obvious that that's what it is.
Around during the performance, nobody was even paying attention. Everybody's on their phone. It was far from like a Michael Jackson where it's like, oh my God, right? Everybody in the stadium's riveted. It was like, okay.
I disagree. It broke the hold on, wait. The Kendrick Lamar halftime show broke records. This is great. According to Fox itself, who aired the Super Bowl, when he took the field from 8:30 to 8:45, an average of 133.5 million viewers didn't turn the TV off, which is higher numbers than the Super Bowl got. Yeah, it's officially the most watched halftime show performance of all time, breaking more records. It smashed Pharrell's records. It smashed Prince's records. It smashed Michael Jackson.
Well, I mean, Megan, you bring up the small ball comment, and I think you're right. I think something that would have been cooler is if he'd have brought Drake out during that, and they would have squashed the beef, and it would have been like a unifying thing, and everybody would have got behind it. I think that'd have been a much more lucrative way to go about it. Now, all of a sudden, next week, y'all are dropping a remix to a song together that goes to #1 in the charts because you just did it at the Super Bowl. But it's this childish...
This guy's teeth are fucking crazy. I'm sorry. He wants it to be... He wants them to squash beef with a pedophile. I'm not surprised, man. Big Matt Gaetzer's up in chat. Great job. This is weird stuff.
Thing, and look, we know people do this in music. They beef with each other and this, that, and the other. But as far as
this, that, and the other,
deciding to put him as the halftime show, and David has 3 great solutions to fixing the Super Bowl halftime, which I'm sure he's going to tell you here in a minute. But if I can't understand the words that you're saying, and when I listen to Money Trees by Kendrick Lamar and some of the other songs he does that I like, I can 100% understand what he's saying. But he might as well have been speaking North Korean to me.
I'm suffering from whiteness right now. It's so hard. These guys make it tough to be white. This is a problem. Do you know? Okay, so because these fucking guys walk down the street, people look at me, a white guy, and they're going to start to make assumptions about me now. And be like, this guy's whack, he's weird. This guy's a fucking possibly white nationalist. I don't fucking like this. You're starting to get my ass profiled, okay? No one's going to invite me to the fucking barbecue anymore.
That's why after the first 3 minutes, I couldn't understand. I can't go along with something. You know, it was verbal braille. That's what it was.
That's
I had no idea
Ben
what he was
Shapiro
saying.
at the Daily Wire, he tweeted out something like, "It's a beautiful voice and a beautiful accent, but to be perfectly honest, I can't understand a word you're saying. Live in peace."
clue.
The exact thing that Trump said to that Afghanistan journalist last week.
They reference Donald Trump quotes the way dudes in high school in the early 2000s used to reference Will Ferrell movies. Mom, meatloaf, fuck! But now it's Donald Trump stuff? Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Oh, you guys, go outside. Get friends.
Well, he sounds like Joe Biden when he was on the debate
I don't
stage.
care.
I had no idea.
He
And what's
sounds
the
like Joe
Serena
Biden.
Williams? Like, isn't she?
This
You're
is
married
a
to a
fucking
white guy.
nightmare blunt rotation. I don't know if I can fucking. Are they gonna do? Oh, they are gonna. Okay, I gotta press forward until they stop talking about the halftime show.
A song called "They're Not Like Us."
Yeah.
What are you doing? And if I'm Serena Williams' husband, you're gone.
Yeah, you're going back and dancing with for your ex.
gone.
Or
You're
about
gone.
your
Bye-bye.
ex? No.
What?
No,
There's-
I'm good.
And by
Megan,
the way,
there's three
didn't her husband, who was the CEO of Reddit, give up his position voluntarily to somebody who's not white? It was during the post-George
What?
Floyd-a-Palooza mania.
I don't fucking know or care. He's married to Serena Williams? I don't care. What? Who gives a fuck? He didn't want to do the job at Reddit and he gave the job to somebody else? What? He gets to do that. They happen to be black? Shut the fuck up. George Lloyd, that's right.
Where he was like, I'm too white. I'm going to give up. My team's going to check me on this, but
Why are we up? My team's going to check me on this. Why are we upset about Serena Williams? Serena Williams crip walked at the Super Bowl because Kendrick Lamar asked her to, she says. Yeah, of course. When Kendrick Lamar and team called and was like, we've been trying to do something forever. How about this? We love your crip walk at the Olympics after you won the gold medal. I'm like, Super Bowl? Are you serious? When in the world would I ever be able to dance at the Super Bowl? Never. Let's do it. I knew my winning dance after the Olympics would pay off one day. End of story. Williams' surprise appearance set the internet ablaze, much to the delight of those celebrating Lamar's petty display at the chagrin of ESPN sports commentators who put her down for trolling her reported ex. Man, men cannot take it. Holy shit. It's so funny. Dude, she's like essentially dancing on his fucking grave during the Super Bowl because, I mean, he's getting fucking buried out there, dude. And it was so good. And frankly, she did an amazing job. She's very good at that.
distinctly remember this story where he
believe
ceded
you.
his role for being a white guy. So it's like, oh, all right, whatever. I don't know why she was there. But here
I don't know why she was there. She was asked to be. She's
Here
Serena
was-
fucking Williams.
is, because I know you were asking each other on your show, what did the ladies of The View think of it? Well, I've got your answer. Here's what they thought.
I did
These guys have a show together
Where they went
where they dress exactly the same.
in response to the
Part of it is to figure out which one's different.
halftime show.
Like which one is which. They swap
I
chairs.
think today Donald Trump is going to sign an executive order banning black people from halftime. Because you remember last week we were talking about whether the NFL was capitulating to Trump by removing the term "end racism" from the end zone. Boy, did they not capitulate to Trump. When I saw Samuel L. Jackson dressed as a black Uncle Sam introducing Kendrick Lamar, who then had like an entire formation of all black people making a U.S. flag, and all the racists who somehow get in, man, were they hopping mad. So if the racists are mad, I am happy as a clam.
God damn, I did not know that The View had such based folks involved. Well, dang. That's a very good take. I agree. Here's Megyn Kelly just letting herself be dunked on by this lady.
It was so nice to see black excellence and joy in front of the sitting president who decided for the first time to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree. Look at their faces. I'm upset now.
Man.
Trump is upset because there were black people performing there. That's their message.
The accusations of racism don't land for me when, one, you just brought up Michael Jackson's performance, all-time great, and
when you... You can't be racist. You liked Michael Jackson, who didn't at all perform whiteness in his life and was a top guy. Everyone agrees Michael Jackson, good guy.
two, Prince singing Purple Rain in the rain is one of the greatest one of the greatest concert performances that you will ever see. But I have
he sang Purple Rain in the rain.
Killed by the woke mind virus.
Goosebumps.
three solutions to fix the halftime show, Megyn. One, just let Chris Stapleton do it every single year. If you already love him, you're happy. If you don't already love him, congratulations, you're about to fall in love. And we don't need any theatrics. We don't need to run a stage out there. We don't even need backup singers or a guitar. Just let him go sing Broken Halos a cappella, and that'll solve it. Or Lainey Wilson, for that matter. Two,
I assume this is some white guy. I don't know who the fuck that is.
Have the technology.
I already forgot his name.
Now where everyone could just pick the musical artist they want. Let's have 5 different ones representing the major genres of music across the country. If you want to listen to the hip-hop one, you click that. If you want to listen to the rock one, you click that. Let Elon Musk come up with the details. I'm just the idea guy.
Let Elon Musk do it? What is wrong with you? Let Elon Musk, who has no experience, figure out how to coordinate 5 separate halftime shows for the Super Bowl.
Or 3, we just get rid of it completely because high-level athletes running into each other for 3 hours should be entertaining enough.
Wow, those were the 3 solutions. Those all sucked. You're just a fucking loser. That's my answer. I like a halftime show. I like a halftime show that says something. In fact, it would have been better if he said more. But, I mean, you know, what's he going to do? Throw every single person that's working that contract under the bus and by violating whatever... Probably don't protest Donald Trump too fucking hard during your performance was definitely talked about by the NFL. There's just no fucking way they didn't talk about that. Like, I mean,
I'm not.
all of them, none of them, not one person was like, "Oh yeah, great job." They all went, okay, all right, yeah, I'm done with this. I couldn't possibly. This is. I'm a white guy. I hang out with white guys all the time. This shit's oppressively white. I can't even do it. I do not have it in me. I'm bailing out. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't know how people can live like this. My fellow Caucasians, you need to get your shit together. It's okay if art is made by other people, and it's okay to admit that rap is good. You don't have to lean into your racism all the time. And it's okay if things aren't for you every time.